some lame ass shit, people. I said loud, I want you to feel it. I want you to give as much as you can and sing that shit. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3.
He's badass, isn't he?
He's badass.
A lot of people were talking, we're upset and they're talking, didn't think, how's he gonna do? And like, the kid's an amazing player, so we just wanted to show, and it just adds something really cool to the show to see. I mean, I got a kid, my second child pirate's his age, and just to see him up there and just, he played so good, it was awesome. It really was. We're friends with Robert, and I remember, I can't remember which one of it was, if it was Head or Monkey, or saw Tye playing on YouTube, and playing with his dad. And we're just like, that is so cool. We had another bass player lined up before this, but he couldn't come. So, he had to cancel it like a month before. So we were like scrambling, like, who could do this? And somehow, the universe just made it happen. And we remembered that Tye was doing that. Like, how cool would that be if Tye played with us? Because he looks like he's more than, he can play so good. He can play our stuff. It's easy. Tonight was the first night we actually all played together. We did a sound check before today, but before that we played a couple songs just to see if it would work. So this was our first real show and ever playing with him, and he just killed it. And he's only 12, dude. That's so awesome. I mean, it's an instrument like any instrument. I just fell into it in the first records. I really was discovering what I could do, and did a couple records and evolved. My voice evolved naturally through those records. It wasn't until the Untouchables record that I got a vocal coach. I studied with him in the making of Untouchables, that record. Then I took him out on the road with me for a year. I had him every day all to myself. He was a big vocal coach, and a lot of people were pissed off, but I had Ron with me for a year. He taught me a lot of things, and from then on, I've been religious on how I take care of my voice. I do a regimen. I warm up, 20, 25 minutes before the show. I get off stage. I do another 10, 15 minutes warming down. You got to take care of it. It's my instrument, and it's a biological instrument. There's a lot of things going. It's not like some guitar you just grab and you can pick up. You got to take care of it. So, and at my age, I was worried about that. But from taking care of it and being, doing my warm-ups and warm-downs religiously and just taking care of my body, I've been able to watch my voice grow and get bigger and bigger and sound better over the years. And as more years go on, the better I get, and then more I want to more experiment with things and do different things. And so it's just been fortunate I've been able to do it this long, and I still get to hone my craft. I love what I do, and with anything, you don't want to just settle. You always want to get better. So I'm constantly studying different types of music and all kinds of stuff. That's my new addiction. Rewind back to '98 when I got sober. I replaced partying and drugs with music, and so that's my vice. So that's why I'm so into it. I don't know, it's just how it ends up. We just play the songs we like playing, and most of the people like the hits. We can't make everyone happy. We can go out and do a B-sides set, and you're going to piss all the other people off because they wanted to hear all the hits. There's always going to be people upset. You can't let that into your brain, because then you start spinning and thinking all this stuff. So we pretty much make the set list best we can. Me personally, I would like to play some other, different ones, but, we got 12 records, man. It's hard. How do you fit that in an hour and a half? And what we do, it's not like we're Metallica and can play 2.5 hours, because they got vocally, Hetfield's doing stuff. He does his things, but there's big, long breaks when they're doing solos and they're just jamming, and Korn music is not like that. So I got an hour and a half in me, and the way we go off, so it's more physical. So. Well, the last 2 records, it's been good, but for them, they go do rehearsals and write music and send stuff to me, and I tell them, this is good. I like this part. I don't like this part, and we work kind of that way. But it's all about organically. With Korn music, it's about all of us, those guys getting in a room and writing, and us bouncing ideas off and doing it. And that's really up to the producer who's working at the time too. But the last record, they wrote a whole bunch of stuff, and then they brought it to me in Oildale, and I sat there and did my thing to it. But it's not always been about, I like now for them to write and record everything and have everything 100% done before I even approach it vocally, because I want to know everything. That's how I do my thing, is how I fill in all the holes and create my melodies so it all works and works together. And it's awesome because at the end of the day, when it's all done and I get my vocals done, I send it and they come listen to it, then it becomes a song and everyone lights up and it's like, oh, it's really a cool way. I know it's backwards and a lot of people say it's a backwards way, but it's the way I've always done it. It's just been from being 20, growing into, I'm 46 now, and you know, you just grow and you learn and you become a dad and you become sober, and but you don't lose your love for creating. You don't lose any of that. It just changes, and as you get older, it constantly evolves, and all those things in my life reflect on the way I create and do what I do. So it's just natural. It really is.
1, 2, 3.